Hello, and thank you for joining me. You're here with data science teacher Brandon, and we're going to be going over how to work with the Hugging Faces dataset. Okay, so if you're not sure where to get a Hugging Faces dataset from, there's so many available. You can go to their website, so huggingfaces.co. If you go to the dataset up here at the top, you'll kind of take you to the dataset section. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. So here, just looking at natural language, text classification. You can pick any really one of these, truthfully. There are slightly different versions of datasets that are used in questions and answers, text generation, or classification problems. And so if you come to this, let's say Amazon reviews here. Oh, this one's defunct. Some of them aren't being used anymore. They give you a little preview of what they are, what's included in them. And then if you want to download this, and I'll show you where we put this, so you can see there's a little copy button right here. So we go dbpedia, copy, and you can copy this and then put that wherever you want it. See, you can just put it wherever you want it to. Okay, so they can get quite long, and so it makes it a little bit easier. But anyway, so we would use that, and you would put that down here in the load data set, which we'll explain in 2 seconds. Okay. So just starting off here, we're installing the transformers. So pip install transformers, pip install datasets. Okay. So and then from datasets, we just go from dataset import load dataset, and this is the blog I'll show. I just chose one of the datasets from this, from the text classification here. But what I did was dbpedia, so you can copy this, and then you could put, let's say if I wanted to import that one, we could put that one right here, okay? And then load the dataset. So the basic dataset works like a dictionary. It's a little bit more complicated, but it works like a dictionary in the sense that we have our key, and our key is our feature, and these are the values that we could select from this row numbers, the number of rows we have, and our train and our validation. So you usually have 2, 3, or even just the train data set. Okay. Okay. From there, what we do is we're going to go select and filter. So you can go and select the data set that you wanted to work with, train, and then you could even then select text or gender, go deeper down into this by selecting one of these features, again with square brackets, and if you wanted to. Okay. So here, just making a dataset train, dataset validation. So train and validation, you can see here, again, the same, that I'd be able to select into these just like I did right here. Okay, so just like I did, and you can get the row and the data to this. If I wanted though to, sometimes it can be easier to work with things in Pandas, so I can turn this into a Pandas data frame just with train dataset dot to underscore pandas and make a data frame for my train dataset and get all of the stuff that we're looking at in here. And same thing for the validation, pretty easy to do. Now you could access and play around and really do all the stuff that you know how to do with pandas very easily from this. And then we could even put that back into the data set. Okay. So here what I'm doing is I'm selecting an example. So if we select the train, I'm going to select the first items that would include the first, kind of like the first row right here, right? We're going to get the text, the date, the gender, age, and then I could even go further and then select just the horoscope if I wanted to. Or I could do this in the reverse order. I could select the horoscope and then the first item of the horoscope. If I wanted to filter the data and only get rows off of that are maybe larger than a certain size, here what I'm going to look at is dataset filter. I'm going to go through the example and length. If the text of each, so this is going through and basically passing it each row of the data and saying that for each row, it's going to take out the text and look at the text, which is this big thing right here. If it's longer than 30, and so this would be 30 characters because it would just be taking the length of a string, which would give us the number of characters. So as long as it's larger than 30 characters, let's see if we can grab it all. So you see we did that, and we get the filter data set, and we get a few less rows here. So we definitely got rid of quite a few. So 68, 65 down from 68. And probably good. 30 characters is not very much. I mean, 30 words would be a good amount, but 30 characters, just not a lot of data to work with. So it's good to kind of just get rid of the really, really small ones. And you could also get rid of the really, really large ones in the same way using a lambda function. And then it would be taking in every row as the x value and then just taking the length of that and cutting back the values that you want, or filtering out the values that you want. If you wanted to shuffle up your data set, you weren't sure about the order, this is good when you're training the model, just to go dataset.shuffle, and now we have a shuffled data set there. Same, everything is the same, but just mixing it up. And you can see now, if we look at the horoscope, it is just mixed up pattern of different horoscopes. Okay. Here what we're doing is just renaming a column. So I'm going to rename the gender column as gender label. So just taking the train data, only doing this on the train too, right? Which maybe not the good idea. You probably want to do this on the validation as well, but just to show here. So we're going to do rename column. I'm going to set that equal to the train data set right here. And so now it's going to change the train name to gender label. Okay, and so I mean, the important thing here is noticing that I'm selecting the train data set out of the data set. The data set contains more than one, right? So the data set dic, and then I also have the sub train and sub validation data sets. Okay, so you can see it's not exactly like a dictionary because it is wrapped in a data set right here. Okay, it looks like a dictionary at first glance, but it's a little bit more complicated. Okay. So here you can see I changed the name of only the gender label in the train data set, which again, is maybe not best practice, but just to do here. So, but because to show best practice, let's do it for the validation data set here as well. Okay, so now that we have it matching on those, let's explore our data a little bit. So Seaborn and Matplotlib here. What I'm going to do is get the length of each text for text in train data. So I'm just going to iterate through my train data set, and then I'm going to iterate through each row, each example in the text. Okay, and just get the lengths right here. So there's a list comprehension. So I'm going to do this for this in this. Okay, so kind of bad English there, but it helps to say it with bad English. So we get the length for the text in the train data set, the texts in the train data set. I'm just going to do a his plot right here, and you can see, well, we don't know how many go over here, but it's pretty hard to see, but we know at least one goes down to where there's 800,000 characters. So someone likes to ramble. And so here, but you can see not many are right there. So let's see if we can get this a little bit smaller. To do logical indexing, we'll need to just make this a NumPy array, really just need it for the second. And then so we can do logical indexing less than one or less than 10,000. Let's only see those values, right? Because still quite a few, not many go out this far, right? So we can see 10,000. Now we can get a better understanding of our distribution. And honestly, maybe we want to, because not even maybe, I would say maybe go out to 4,000, truthfully. Like there's not reason, this little tiny tail doesn't really, with the amount of padding you're going to add, I don't think it really would make sense. Okay, so now you can get an understanding by understanding the lengths of your data, which is always a really important thing to do. Doing the same thing here for just the other ones, understanding horoscope now, the length of those, length of gender, well, it's 1, 6 or 4, pretty easy there. And then the jobs. So we do just understanding the variation in the amount of data we have, or the types of inputs we have, because we're probably going to have to pad this one way or the other. So we need to understand kind of what the general size of all of the sequences, not so much the distribution, but the distribution of lengths can be really important to understand in building a good model. And so here, one last thing we'll look at is the word cloud. I'm joining a data set to just the text. I crash my computer a lot if I did this too much because we're loading this all into one string. So I'm just doing the first 10,000 rows, although we could probably do 20 or 30. But the full 70 crashed my computer a couple times. Well, crash collab. So what I'm going to do is join the data set, word cloud, and then train the height, width, and height, max number of words, background white. And I'm just going to generate. So this basically it's just a string, right? And so it's every row separated by a space, next row, space, next row, space. So it's basically just separating this on the spaces, the white space in the middle, and we get, we can really see which is the most common, one being the most common, time, no, now, I think it's good to understand, I mean, the distributions are good for understanding how to build the model, but understanding what's in the data, this is really one of the better ways to go about doing it, okay? So thank you so much for joining me for this Hugging Face tips, and I will see you for the next tips video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below.